What's up, guys? It's your girl Kizzy, aka Enlightened Intuitive, aka God's favorite lesbian fairy. Before we go ahead and get into today's video, per usual, this series, we are going to go ahead and take a deep breath, and then I will read the page that we have from the Book of Light, and we'll get into it, okay? So, deep breath in with me. Deep breath out. And open yourself up to receiving this message. The exact starting point. You can discover the meaning of your problems. Everything that happens to you is speaking to you. The universe is constantly talking to you. Every situation you find yourself in has a meaning. Every situation you find yourself in had a beginning, a starting point, a point at which that issue began. And it is in that moment that you will find the answer. But that moment may not have been the exact starting point. When I say the exact starting point, I mean that although you believe that the start of the problem was when it began, this may not be entirely true. A problem that erupted in your life a week ago may in fact be traced back to the year before, when the foundations were first laid. And it is at that exact starting point wherein lies the problem and the solution. What type of energy were you emanating at the exact point this problem started? When did it really start? And when you have answered this question, think about this. Was the energy you were emanating at the exact starting point the same as the energy emanating from the problem that you are currently attracting? Calm your heart and ask it. When did this begin? When was the exact starting point? What energy was I emanating at that point in time? And when you discover the initial energy of that problem, the energy you emanated, in that very moment you may be making history. You may be making history. In that moment, you will have the rare opportunity to change that energy, transforming it into its polar opposite. Clearly, it is possible to learn from your experiences and change the course of events. And when that time comes, when you are able to follow this lengthy and painful process, you will have the energy to raise your frequency and never again attract situations with similar energy. I guarantee it. Spirit, God, the universe, whatever you believe in. All right, so if you don't know, on Friday, which is when you'll be watching this because this will be released on Friday, I will be turning 25. I really can't believe it, but I can believe it. Being a fairy, angel, reincarnated human, I think it's pretty fucking weird that like I'm turning 25. Because 25 is one of those human ages where it's just like, oh my god, like I'm actually existing, I'm actually real, this is actually happening. So I'm a little bit excited, but also like, oh my god, like I can't believe this about it. But we're gonna go ahead and get into 25 things that I've learned as I turn 25. So, 1. Relationships need more than love to work. 2. Things aren't as personal as we feel them to be. 3. Intuition is a trustworthy gift. 4. There isn't only one way to be intelligent. 5. Family is more than a label and looks. 6. Not everyone wants to see you win. 7. The world is full of insecurity and pain, yet we're conditioned into perfection. 8. Emotions are an important part of being human, especially a healthy human. 9. Jealousy and envy are normal and healthy to feel. It's just about how we integrate, handle, and embrace them. 10. Your life path is always incomparable to others. No matter how much we compare, comparison is a societal division construct. 11. It's always you versus you. 12. Everybody is always going through their own shit. 13. You can't force things to be as you want them. They will always be as they are meant. no matter the effort. 14. Not everyone has the same heart as me, as you. 15. Denial is an unhealthy protective coping mechanism. 16. People can change, but they have to want to for themselves, and you will know when they genuinely want to or have. 17. Everything has light and dark attributes. 18. The way we're taught to view emotions and crying is rigid and flawed, currently problematic to the current society that we are in. I understand that at a point in time, it helped us to not be aware of our emotions, right? To push them away, to identify with them as weak, as making you lesser, as making you not strong, right? In some way. But that has changed, that is changing, right? And so now we sort of need to get on board with feeling our feelings and owning our feelings and who we are, which our feelings are a part of who we are, right? 19. The company you keep is important to your own well being. 20. Earth is a school, and we're here to evolve. 21. Society has an aversion to the truth because it is conditioned to lies. 22. Change is inevitable and it happens every day. 23. It be the people closest to you. It be the people closest to you. 24. Strength is generated from within. Strength is generated from within. And 25. My presence is special, important, and valuable. And so these are some things that I've learned over my 25 years of living. I mean, there's so many more that I could say, right? There's so many more that I could go into, but I think that these are the ones that came to my mind when I thought of what are 25 things I've learned as I turned 25. And, you know, this path that I've been on in my life, has definitely been something um, wild for me. Definitely a roller coaster. I don't know that I ever thought I would be where I am today. And I guess by that, I just mean like, I never thought I would be like into spirituality like I am. I never thought I would have a connection so close to God like I do. I never thought that I would be so alone on my journey as I am, so unsupported by the people that I thought would support me, that would be there for me, so hated on, right? And if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping, right? That's what I'm learning. So, you know, rolling with the punches, right? What life is giving me, but I don't know. I just think I thought my life would be more normal, right? More average than it is. So it's been an adjustment for me to come to this place and space of like, this is my path, this is my life, this is where I'm headed, this is my purpose, this is my passion, especially because when I look around me, it's like everybody else seems to be living a different life than me, right? A life that's easier in certain ways, and then I live a life that's easier in their perspective in certain ways. And so it's just like, I just got to take my own path as my own path again. Um, we can't compare our paths because my situation, who I am, what I'm meant to do, what I'm meant to be here to bring about on earth is different than the next person, right? And your path has everything to do with who you are, but also your environment, how you grew up, what you're interested in, what you like, what you don't like, what you have access to, your resources. And so it's like, nobody ever has like the same access to everything. You know what I mean? And so that's why our paths are like path paths are incomparable, because at the end of the day it's like, well, you may not have the same drive as me. You may not have the same motivation as me. I may not have the same passion as you. I may not have the same purpose as you. I may not have the same resources as you. You know what I mean? And so it's like, to compare is really um unfair to your own plan and your own path, because your path and your plan is purposeful in its own right. It is sacred and unique in its own right. It is your birthright to carry out your own path. And so, I'm learning to drop comparison, and I'm learning to also just accept my path for what it is. um, this is God's plan for me. This is also my plan for me that I didn't know was my plan until, I've realized and learned along the way that this is my plan. Um, I never saw myself as a leader or like a healer or like a fairy or an angel, but it's like the more I've healed and the more I've gotten to know myself, the more I've been able to like see who I really am and feel my healing energy and see, you know, my abilities and my gifts for what they are, right? Being psychic, being intuitive, having prophetic dreams, um, being able to sense how people feel, being able to intuitively heal people and like know how they feel and know what they need emotionally, right? Being able to sense where they're at, being able to see beyond illusions, beyond the veil, beyond what people present to me, right? Being able to read energy, like this is it's storming outside, but this is really who I am. It's not like a facade. And no, I'm not perfect, right? I'm never saying that. And I don't want anybody to ever look at me like I'm perfect. But at the end of the day, I have worked to get here today where I am. And you're going to see that along my journey, along what I share with you on my continuous path and journey of life. But, I never thought I would be this person, but I am it, and that's pretty cool. I think I'm stepping into a space and a place and a phase and a chapter in a book where I'm not fighting to be me anymore. I feel like I used to fight to be me. I'm like, this is me, this is me. I'm gonna push it against you. Stop pushing against me. I have to fight to be me. I have to fight to be this. I have to fight. But it's like I don't have to fight anymore. You know what I mean? Like I am me, and if you don't like it, if you're not interested in it, if it whatever it is for you, right, that's okay, right? You're not meant for me and I'm not meant for everyone, as you are not meant for everyone, right? And so it's just like, as I turn 25, I feel like I'm just really coming into my own. And not my own as like, oh, I have a house, I have a car, I have, all the money in my bank account, I'm rich, I'm living in my own apartment. No, right? Because I don't have my own apartment and I'm not rich, and I don't have a car, but I do have me, right? I am mentally in the best space I've ever been in, right? And I wasn't always like this. I used to party a lot. I used to escape my life a lot. I used to drink a lot. But I have really went within and done the healing work. I have sat with my emotions. I have looked at my darkness, and I continue to always look at my darkness, right? And even when it hurts, I still look. Even when it hurts, I still sit with it. My inner child, she has my attention, right? My favorite girl and my biggest cheerleader, you know I've let her explore. um I've experienced being an NPC, which like I'll get into in another video, but it's like I'm doing things I never thought I would do, and that's because my journey's unknown, right? I'm living it day by day. And God's plan is God's plan. It doesn't really matter what I think I have planned. God's gonna plan what God's gonna plan. And so God's plan for me is not, oh, let me give you the house, the car, the keys, the shoes, the clothes, the money, right? Let me let you, right? Let me go within and figure out who I am and value myself first and foremost before I give you XYZ. Because trust me, I'm gonna get what I'm here and destined to get, right? I'm gonna live a life of luxury. Quote me on this, right? I'm gonna live a life of luxury. I'm gonna get all the things I wanna get in life. I'm going to be successful, and by successful, I mean in every realm of life, right? I'm going to have the partner, the house, the cars, the clues, the house, the car, the clothes, the shoes, the money, right? I'm going to have those things. But God is teaching me specifically, this is why you can't compare your journey, teaching me specifically to value myself before I receive those things, to know that I am worthy, that I deserve, that I can handle, that I am equipped for these things that I'm wanting. Because imagine God gave me the things, right now, and God was like, okay, here, you want it so bad, here you go. And then I got it, but I don't even believe I'm worthy or deserving of it. I don't even know how to handle it, right? I'm not really in my power, in my confidence, in a place where I can accept it and receive it and take it on. So then I ruin it, right? I self-sabotage. And so it's like where you feel like, oh, this doesn't make sense. I don't get this. Why is this happening like this? It's happening for a reason. And I see everybody else get this, right? Their new apartments, their new cars, their new clothes, all these things. But it's just like, I have to remember my journey is for me, right? My journey is personal to me. And just because they're getting all these things doesn't mean they're on the same path as me, right? Just because I'm living how I'm living doesn't mean that somebody else is on the same path as me. It's my own path. And so stepping into 25, I feel like I'm just accepting my own path, right? And accepting, but learning to still accept who I am. You know, I am a very multifaceted, dynamic human being, and I'm very unique. And, not to toot my own horn, but I'm rare. You don't find people like me often on the street, just being honest with you. And so it's just like 25 feels like a honing of that energy, a honing into that, and an appreciation for that and where I've been and how far I've come, and not externally again, but how far I've come internally as a person, mental health wise, right? Life wise, what I've created for myself thus far internally, but also externally, right? Building up my platforms, continuously creating on my blog, becoming a better person, healing, right? My work healing is so sacred to me. And so it's just like, that's where I'm at. And this is how I'm living my life. And if you don't like it, you don't understand it, you don't, whatever the case may be, then okay, that's your opinion. But this is my life. I'm going to live it how I'm designed to live it. I'm going to go my path how I'm designed and meant to go it. And, I'm sorry, not sorry that you don't understand it. I'm sorry, not sorry that it makes you uncomfortable. I'm sorry, not sorry that you think I'm making bad decisions and I'm irresponsible and I'm this and that. Because for me personally, this is my path. And I'm making decisions and taking the steps that I need to take. Always. Thanks to the Most High. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kiera. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Happy birthday, beautiful soul. I love you so much. You deserve the world. And, we're going to get that for you. We really are. So, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for existing. And thank you for being incomparably you, because you rock and you're you for a reason, right? You just gotta find that reason. You just gotta find who you are. You just gotta hone in on it, and you just gotta learn to love it and value it and appreciate it and see it for what it is, not what other people have made it out to be, right? Not how other people have tried to make you feel about you or have made you feel about you. Take the reins back, okay? But I love you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.